Well, all right, we took a little break here where we come out here to the highway where my brother and I were supposed to come out that day. Now we're going to go back the same way on that Frank Young trail. Kid's really got a problem with throwing a fit. I mean, he's got this idea in his head, I think, that he should just be able to get on there and just ride these trails like everybody he watches on YouTube and stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, this single track stuff, those guys on YouTube make it look real easy. Guys that have been riding single track for a long time, they make it look really easy. And it'll get a lot easier for him too, but it's that misconception, I guess. You know, even I do it. I mean, I watch some of those videos knowing fully well that the GoPro doesn't really show in the video, you know, what the trail is really like. And oh yeah, that looks like a good trail to ride. And then you go up there and ride it and it's like, oh my god, this thing's rough. There's a lot of rocks and stuff. But for one thing, the stabilization, hey! The stabilization of the GoPro really makes it look smoother and everything than what it really is. Oh yeah, that works pretty good, man. Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was like, let's go stand right. Then I ran into a gate.
Come on! God, what in the hell is that kid doing? And he's gonna try to turn around without getting off the bike, and there he goes. All right, back we go. Yeah, I've really got to adjust this clutch. It's dragging pretty bad. So we got to adjust it off a little bit. Yeah, he was loving life as long as we were just on the easy dirt trail. And then once we got into some of this rockier stuff and he dropped his bike a time or two, now all of a sudden he's not having such a good time. He has a problem with that kind of stuff, you know. Me, even like that day Alan and I got caught in that rainstorm up here, and we had to fight through all that mud and crap, and I was spent and I fell off my bike and everything else, and I mean, I was just panting. I couldn't breathe. My heart rate was racing because it was a fight, man, to get these bikes up out of there with all that mud. and I was still having a good time, you know, because I just know that's just part of the deal. But Gage has a problem with that. I mean, he'll have something go wrong, like tipping his bike over back there a couple times, then all of a sudden, well, we're not having any fun anymore, and he starts getting mad, and you know, and it's like he needs to learn to just settle down and roll with the punches. You're going to drop your bike. I'm going to drop my bike. Alan's going to drop his uncle's going to drop his. We've all done it countless times in our lives, and we're going to do it more. And he just needs to realize that's just part of the game, you know. But see, he does the same thing on video games. As long as he's winning, he's having a great time. I've noticed when he's sitting there playing his video games, but as soon as he starts getting his butt kicked, then he starts getting all frustrated and mad. So most of the time when he's playing his video games, he plays them on the easiest level. You know how video games will have the like the easy or the novice, and then a middle selection to make it a little harder, and then expert, you know, for the hardest level. He never gets off of easy. He just leaves it on easy because he knows he can easily win, and he's having a great time because he wins every time, you know. And I had a talk with him about that last weekend when he was at my house. He was playing some dirt bike racing game on my PS3, and he just keeps it on easy all the time, and he wins by like a mile, you know. He beats those other AI bikes by a mile, and man, he's just eating it up like he was the end all be all. And I finally told him, dude, how is it that it's fun to win every time when you're on the easiest level? They basically throw it in your lap, you know. Don't you want to step it up a little bit, make it a little bit challenging, so that he made it. This was where he, one of the places where he dropped it, started getting all frustrated. But I'm like, wouldn't you want to try maybe a little harder setting, you know, to where it's a little more competition, to where you have to work a little harder to earn that win, you know? And I explained to him how if you just leave it on easy all the time, then you'll never experience the feeling of accomplishment that you get when it's more of a competition, you know. And it's the same way. That stuff bleeds right over into this kind of stuff. If you just constantly ride the easiest possible places and do the easiest possible things, it becomes boring, you know. You need to do something to spice things up a little bit, make it a little more of a feeling of accomplishment when you get through it, you know. So he's young, he's 12. He's and I don't know why he gets so frustrated, because he's actually riding really well for a 12-year-old, you know, who is on his first experience on single track. How am I doing on my this time, guys? I've been really trying not to say "and" every 5 minutes, so I think I'm doing better. It's funny how we get into a habit of saying goofy things like that, you know. And we say it over and over and over when we're talking. And like me, I didn't realize how much I was saying it until I watched one of my videos back while I'm editing the video, and I'm like, holy crap. Could I say "and" a few more times? It's like my stepdaughter, when I was married to my second wife, if she couldn't say "like," she wouldn't have been able to talk. The wire's laying down there, ain't it? There's a wire somewhere to that sucker. That's the wire, dude. It's laying down there. It's part of that. It looks like just a long dead man. You just got to hook that over and around or whatever, however. That'll work. Just so it can't just flop open.
We did our
Oh, they were hooking it to that little deal right there. But that's fine, that works. That little stop sticking up, that little tab right there on that middle rail.
Right.
That's where we were looping it over that, I remember now. See how that bike wants to lurch? And I got the clutch pulled in. So, a little adjustment to this thing is in the offing here when we get back to the truck. I like to do it up here because that way I don't have to ride it up and down the street in front of my house and freak people out. When you got to ride it, you got to adjust it a little. Then you kind of got to go ride it to see how it feels, you know. Anyway, I do. Make sure I'm getting my getting it to work right. Well, now this is where Alan and I were in this area when we were getting rained on pretty good. Then we got down here a ways, and well, up here in a little bit there'll be a couple more of those big trees. And there's a couple of big trees that we got under. He keeps freaking out and putting his feet down, and then he has no brakes. He'll learn. He'll keep dumping that thing till he'll learn to listen to his grandpa about how to do that crap. So yeah, we got up here a ways farther, and there was a couple more trees up here. There was another spot where we were able to take shelter under these big spruce trees. Keep your feet on the pegs. Stand up. Use your brakes. And that, I think, if I remember right, that's where we turned around.
Try that?
No, it just goes to the pond.
Oh, that off.
See, he doesn't know how to feather that clutch when he's going uphill either. If it gets like in a pretty tight turn where he has to slow down quite a bit, he's not doing any kind of clutch work, you know. He's gonna have to figure all that out. I'm gonna put a recluse in that thing. I just gotta know I'm getting the right one, you know. The only one I could find online, even on the Recluse website, is for the 21, which I'm like 95% positive that it's the same clutch. I'm pretty sure they haven't changed the bike, you know, really all that much since last year's model. But be my luck, I'll go yeah, here's the tree that me and Alan, I think this is it. Yeah, this is the trees here, I think, that me and Alan took refuge under when it was raining. This is where we turned around and headed back because we were like, do we want to go down this, you know, as muddy as it was getting, and then find out that we can't, you know, get out the other end of this trail or something, and if it rains much more, how bad is it going to get? And so right there was where we made the decision to turn around in that rainstorm that day when it was so muddy, and go back, because we knew, you know, we knew where that went. And from the looks of things, steep as that hill was, I'm glad we didn't go ahead and come this way. I mean, this isn't bad here. This has got a lot of rock in it, so even as muddy as it was, we'd have had some traction in this stuff, you know. But we've never been up this way, so this is all new to us. Boy, Gage is just boogieing up here. Dang it, man. I about fell off my bike right there. Huh. I can't believe Gage got up through that without falling down. Ooh, this is a little different. I don't know if he fell down there or if he just got stopped for a minute. He's doing a killer job for his first time on single track. Proud as hell of that kid. right now, other than his frustration levels and that, you know. He needs to control his, learn to control his anger and just roll with the punches. Things happen, and that's just life. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Yeah, this is the most, I think this part of Rock Springs Trail is the most technical trail I've been on up here yet. As far as rocks and roots and all that sort of thing, you know. I mean, I've never been up Benny Creek, but I've seen a few videos of guys doing Benny Creek, and I don't think Benny Creek is as rough as this is. Doing good. Yeah, see, he's used to, I mean, like even when we go out to 5 Mile and we go on a longer ride, it's still a road and it's open and he can go around a lot of stuff, you know what I mean, that you can't do up here. It's too tight. My fan ain't kicking on, so no. If it was kicking on, it'd be getting warm.
That's the hill I didn't want to go up. You're telling me.
Still going back. Yeah, because I remembered after we got there, this is where we stopped and turned around.
No, hell no.
Yeah, it is, dude.
Over there. No, that's the second pine tree over there.
Yeah, but we never came this way. We didn't know this was here. I'm talking about where we hid under the tree and decided to turn around there and go back instead of coming on down that steep hill. We'd have never got back up that.
Never got up that one. Plus, we'd have never got up climbing this one.
This one's rockier. We might have been okay with all the rock. But that bottom one, we'd have been done for trying to get back up to that. We'd have never got up that. All right, my shit should be flashing. We should be good. Right, took a little break here. Now we're going to head on down this trail and see where it goes. There you go. Cover that brake. Keep your feet on the pegs. He's doing a good job. He's standing up. I'm not standing up because my knee hurts. I don't know what we got going on here, but it doesn't look real good. Oh, he should have just come down this way. Maybe. Pretty steep. there he went. Where am I gonna put my bike? This is steep right here. What happened?
And just went and I just jumped off.
Well, you gotta, sometimes you get on a steep enough thing like that, you gotta give it a little bit of front brake too. You gotta work them both. You can't mash on the front brake or it'll lock your tire up, but you gotta give it a little bit. Just get ready to go. Get your feet up on them pegs. Keep your right foot up on the peg right now so that your right foot, dude, where your brake is, you don't need this one on. You need this one to dab off of this hill right here a little bit when you go down. Get out of here, B. Let your bike lean this way. Let your bike lean this way a little bit. Put your foot up on the peg so you got your foot over the brake. Now let it roll down there and let it go, and then start using your brakes. You got to let it lean this way or you're going to fall over the other way. And don't use that front brake so much. Use the back brake. Just let it start rolling, dude. Just use both brakes. Keep your clutch in. Just a little bit of front brake. Get that foot on your peg so you can use your back brake. Okay, quit locking up the front brake so much. Let it roll a little, dude. As long as you're using your brakes, it's not going to get away from you. Oh my God, really? Dude, you got to keep that foot on the foot peg and use that brake. You're trying to depend on your front brake and leave both legs hanging down, and you cannot do that. You'll just keep washing your front end out. You have got to use that rear brake. No, you're not, dude. I keep watching you drop your leg and put both legs down, all panicking and shit, and then you fall down. You weren't even using your brake, and then you look down like you're looking for where your brake pedal is. It's right where it always was. If your foot's on the peg where it's supposed to be, you'll hit the brake just fine. Dang, now I can't get my bike back. It's pretty downhill right here. Come on, baby. God, that's hard on my knee. He's so scared now. And he won't let it roll. Dude, keep your foot on the foot peg and just tip your toe down on your brake. Good Lord. His brake pedal needs to be adjusted down somehow. Dude, you got to stop panicking and stopping. That's why you keep falling down. Your bike ain't rolling fast enough for you to keep it up. I mean, you got on that little bit of a steep part up there. Now every time you go down the slightest little hill, you're panicking. Ride the bike down the damn hill, just like you would any other hill. Stop panicking every time your bike goes down a little bit of a grade. Use your back brake, little bit of front brake, and just ride the bike down the hill. There's no rocks on this, there's nothing. There was no reason for you to fall down right there, other than you're trying to go like a half a mile an hour now because you're panicking. You don't need to even let your clutch out, dude. Just let it idle and let it roll and use your brakes to keep you slowed down. It's not going to roll while you're stomping on that brake. I really have a hard time getting this kid to listen to me. He does a really good job going uphill and all those rocks and crap, but quit giving it so much gas, dude. So, that kid killed that bike right here. And it was flooding, so we had to just sit here for a little bit and kind of take a break and let it air out a little. And I got it fired up. See how this bike is lurching? And I've got that clutch pulled in. It's dragging too heavy. Gotta adjust that bad boy. And we're off again. We see what kind of new crap we get into. Yeah, in all fairness, I mean, we're on uncharted territory. We've never been down this far, down this particular trail, so we didn't know what. If I would have known that we were going to get into that steep technical part back there where he crashed, I wouldn't have brought him this way. But I mean, we'll get through it. He'll get through it. And I know he thinks it sucks right now because nobody likes to fall off of their bike, but he's learning from it, so that's a good thing. As long as he's learning, I mean, we're gonna fall off once in a while. It happens. I've almost fell off my bike several times today. Got lucky and was able to save it, but it happens. He's really doing a good job, though. I get frustrated with him because he just doesn't listen to me when I try to explain something to him. And then he'll turn right around and crash his bike because he didn't do what I told him to do, you know? And not crash it, but fall off. Whatever. And that gets kind of frustrating. I have to try to remind myself that he's only 12. Give the kid a break. You know, this is a lot for him to take in the first time he does single track, you know. Much better coming down through that stuff. He started to panic a little bit, and I think he remembered that I said just pull your clutch in and let your bike roll use your brakes to slow you down a little. He'll get it. He's doing quite well. He'll have a pretty crazy story to tell his mom and dad and his friends and stuff, you know. Think about that. I wonder how many 12-year-olds, and I mean 12, he just barely turned 12, are out here riding some fairly gnarly single track. I'm sure there's some of you guys out there that got your kids out pretty young riding this stuff, but oh, I should have jumped that.
There you go, buddy.
What, that jump? Yeah, my knee's not feeling that shit today.
I told him, I said, they're too young. No.
Hey.
Does this go down to the road? It does. It comes into Pete Windward. Because we didn't have to take him back up there. Yeah.
What's Pete Windward?
Oh, okay. What's that?
What do you mean Pete Windward?
It's just that little, I don't know, it's just like a little camping area.
Oh, but the Nebo Highway is right there?
Yeah.
Because he's almost out of gas. We didn't put gas in his bike. And we've been all over up here quite a bit, so it didn't feel that light when it was upside down up there a minute ago. And I had to go downhill and try to pick it up. Flashy thing going off. Let's ride. Oh, my knee. Riding down along a little creek right here now. Pretty cool. I'm gonna have a lot of footage of Gage riding today. There you go. That's how it's done. Well, he ain't standing up, and that's fine, as long as he's working his brakes right, not panicking, flailing both legs off the pegs, and having no brakes at all. So I think I've seen this trail on YouTube, but what?
Could you do it for me? Like, right?
Dude, it's just a trail, man. All you got to do is just ride down the trail like you would any other time. I mean, I'll get it.
Like, get it at least to where he's waiting.
I'm not going that far, dude. Then I got to hike all the way back up here. My knee will not stand that crap.
Well, then...
Come here, it's nice and flat right here. You can get on it right here. Just like I said, dude. Just pull your clutch in, let it coast down the hill. Don't panic. Use your brakes. Grab that brake. Just take it easy. Yeah, I mean, that's what jacked my knee up a few weeks ago when Gage couldn't climb that hill on that quad in that one video. And I ended up hiking down that crap and then had to hike back up it and stuff, and it just, the knee did not like that. I mean, I know most of the time when I'm walking and stuff, got this kid. Most of the time when I'm walking and stuff, it doesn't really show, but oh, but this knee really bothers me. Well, yeah, had I known that this trail was even near this gnarly, I wouldn't have brought him. Wouldn't have brought him this way. But like I said, we'll get through it. He'll get through it. And it would have been a, oh, there I went with the again. It will have been a good learning experience for him. There we go. See, he didn't panic. Hold his clutch in. Let it ease down there. I hope we're away from that ravine now, because with him that gets me a little worried. You saw right there by that tree where I had to get it around that tree over that roots. He almost sent it off the side of that sucker. Nope, we're going to be just on the other side of the ravine now. See, he's so worried about it that he's not even taking the right line. He's still looking down too much instead of looking forward and giving himself a chance to pick out a good line, you know. But he's doing good. Probably doing way better than I would have done when I was 12. Because I never even got to ride a dirt bike until I was 14. And that was just dabbling a little bit here and there with some friends' bikes and what have you. But I never had my own dirt bike till I was like, I think I was 19 when I got my first, what you would call a dirt bike. But I was a crazy sucker on my bicycle all those years. I did a lot of stupid crap just riding a bicycle, so I kind of fell right into the dirt bike thing. I can't believe it. How did it die this time?
I don't know.
Is it in gear? Put it in neutral. You're in second. You gotta roll it back and forth, dude, while you're clicking the shifter. That's what, you know, you went clear back up to second, didn't you? All right, now try to start it. He doesn't know how to bump start a bike yet. Dude, click it up into second gear. Stop. Back brake, dude. Get your feet on your pegs, man. You can't slam on that front brake. It's going to throw you down every time. So click it up into second gear, hold your clutch in and let it roll, and when you get rolling pretty good, just let your clutch out and give it a little bit of gas and it should fire right up. Hopefully.
That's a guy coming up, will probably be in an orange hat or something. They tell him that I put a water bottle in the trail where I took off to the north.
Okay.
So he should be on this trail, but he's on foot, so it might take him a second.
Okay.
So, appreciate it.
What kind of hat? What'd you say?
An orange hat. He's probably got a camo pack on.
Okay.
Yeah, he should be on this trail. Yeah.
Is it much farther to the road?
Yeah, you're probably half a mile.
That's not too bad, I guess.
Well, I guess, no, if you pulled off to the side, you're probably going to quarter mile, something like that.
So he's on foot, huh?
Yeah.
Where are you putting that water bottle?
I'm going to put it right in the middle of the road.
Okay, I don't think there's anybody coming behind us. So you could just set it on that stump probably. You can't miss it there either.
Yeah.
That way at least if somebody does come ripping down through here, they don't smash it.
I'll probably do that actually.
So I'll tell him it's on a stump up there.
Okay.
I'll try to judge how far it is till I run into him. Alrighty, sir. Have a great day. Easy, big horse. Alright, we're bringing a message to a guy about a water bottle. We can do that. Here we are again. I don't know how this kid keeps killing this bike. Maybe it's just getting so low on gas that it's not picking up anymore or something. I don't think that's it though. I think he keeps locking up his back brake without pulling the clutch in and he kills it. And I don't know if the engine's getting a little warm up here or what, but then it doesn't want to start. We had to sit up there for quite a while, and after he dumped it upside down up there in that one spot and let it cool down and whatever. Well, sorry about that. We ended up We just run into a guy that said it was 1.5 miles out of here yet. And now my starter's going out of this thing. So of course that's wonderful. But luckily I have the Kickstarter back up here. And it's a one-kick bike. Anyway, just ran into a guy hiking. Got his GPS going on his phone, and he said it's about 1.5 miles to the road still. So we weren't going to push that bike all the way to the road. He's definitely out of gas. That's pretty much my fault, because I should have checked that gas this morning. Completely forgot about it, because normally that's the first thing I do is now what in the hell? Oh, I forgot to hook my gas hose back up after filling up that bottle to put in Gage's bike. So we filled up a Gatorade bottle of 2-stroke here. Mix gas out of my bike because we don't even know how to get at gas in Alan's bike without taking the stupid tank off or whatever, because it's fuel injected, and that carburetor on that thing is on the front of the bike instead of the back, or that throttle body, whatever you want to call it. Yes, it runs better when the gas line is hooked up and the gas is turned on. So yeah. Well, I hope these guys aren't running into anything too crazy, because with Gage being with us today, and as many times as I've had to help him pick that bike up and get it over obstacles, and then having to deal with him running out of gas, all of these things, I'm about over it for today, man. Still fun being out here, even if you have trouble, and you have troubles, because it's just what happens. You run into troubles sometimes. I can't believe I lost my, I think it's the Bendix in my starter, because the starter motor's wanting to kick, it's just not kicking in and turning the motor over. God, I can't believe that kid. He can't stay up. Okay, I've seen this before on the telly, on YouTube. I know where I am now. And that's how you do that. You see that? That's how it's done.
Well, I got over here, but over here.
This looks bad. This is a little deep right in that center, but it's not terrible. There's no... No, you ride it. You're already on it, dude. It's all right. Just like that, man. Yeah, that's why your bike wouldn't start and kept dying up above. It was running out of gas. Is my light flashing?
Yes.
Cool. Hey, I got that on video.
Good. I feel really good about that.
Did a good job, man.
I just stick the water. I didn't like.
Which way did it go to the actual?
I saw this on YouTube. I remembered this as soon as I rode up. I saw him crossing this, and this is how he went. He just went right through there.
When I came up, I thought it looked bad. Then I got up there, and that looked worse.
Yeah, that's worse, and you're at a steeper angle coming down and trying to get up. This is a pretty easy little thing across right here. I wouldn't sit right there, dude. He might come flying up there, lose control, and headbutt you right in the face. Or at the very least, splatter you with mud. And mud crossing number 3. Look at that, beautiful. Just like it was meant to be. Oh my God. Dude, why are you so freaking worried about it?
You're on the road now, the stuff's over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just go this way to the road.
We're downhill until we get there.
Yep.
And if it's enough of downhill, shut your bike off and just coast.
Because that car just came up from down here, so I'm sure it goes down to the highway or they wouldn't have been able to get up here.
That was enough to have to go to the car wash now.
So after got him going, I sent him on. You'd already left. I took off, ran out of gas.
Oh, your bike stalled.
Up there, and I forgot to put that hose back on to turn my gas back on.
Your carburetor was full.
Yeah, I went for a ways before it died.
You had to, the only thing is you had to kick it, or did it start?
No, I had to kick it. I think starting is over for this thing now until I get a fix for it. I hope it's not a new starter. No bump startage with Recluse. Forgot about that. Well, this is kind of nice. Be able to get a little wind flowing through this helmet, man. We've been going pretty slow for quite a while here, so this is nice. Nice little breeze. Oh, if it was just me and Alan, you know, we would have sailed through all this stuff much faster. We'd have been through this and done. I think the reason why I spaced out putting gas in Gage's bike this morning was because after we changed the oil on it, I thought about putting gas, but I remembered I mixed up a can, because see, I'm running 40 to 1 right now in my 2 strokes, both of them. And so I wanted to try a different oil, going with that oh crap, what is it, the crud, now I can't think of the brand name, but it's Dominator. It's the brand that most people use, I think. God, it's crazy how that kind of stuff slips your mind. Anyway, it's that Dominator oil. And I mixed it 50 to 1 in the red can in the back of my truck. So the yellow can is 40 to 1. And the red can is 50 to 1. And so anyway, I wanted to run the gas out of this, you know, as much as I could out of this tank, because this is all 40 to 1. Well, we made it.
Yeah. While we were riding on the road, I felt like I was riding an actual street bike.
Felt like you were riding what?
An actual street bike.
Yeah, not even close, dude. Leave it right there. Leave it right there. Your front tire's sitting on that thing. Well, we're back to the truck. We made it back here in one piece with all the bikes with us. Maybe a little bit of bruised ego. Otherwise, everything still works on our bodies. Not so much on the bikes. My starter went out, or my Bendix in my starter. Not sure which, but it's not a good thing either way you look at it. So, that's it for this one, guys. There's the 3 machines. A little muddier than they were this morning, but good day. A lot of riding, a lot of rough stuff that I didn't expect to put my grandson in, but okay. See you in the next one.